Artificial intelligence, or AI, has become one of the most discussed topics in today's world. Everywhere you look, from smartphones to hospitals, from schools to industries, AI is shaping how people live, work, and even think. But what exactly is AI, and how is it going to affect humans in the future? Let's explore this deeply, step by step, in a way that helps you understand not just what's happening now, but what might come next. AI stands for artificial intelligence, which means the ability of machines to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. This includes understanding language, recognizing images, solving problems, and even making decisions. Right now, AI is used in many everyday tools, like voice assistants that understand your commands, recommendation systems that suggest what you might like to watch, and chatbots that help answer your questions. But this is just the beginning. The future of AI goes far beyond convenience. It will touch every part of human life. Let's begin with one of the biggest changes: the workplace. AI is already transforming jobs across different industries. Machines can perform repetitive or dangerous tasks faster and more accurately than humans. For example, robots in factories assemble products, and AI systems in offices analyze large amounts of data in seconds. While this makes companies more efficient, it also raises concerns. Many people fear that AI might replace human workers. However, history shows that every major technological shift, like the invention of electricity or the computer, has changed the job market rather than destroyed it completely. The key difference now is the speed of change. AI evolves rapidly, and people will need to learn new skills to stay relevant. Education will play a huge role in this transformation. Imagine classrooms powered by AI tutors that adapt to each student's needs. Instead of one-size-fits-all learning, AI could create personalized lessons that match your learning pace, strengths, and weaknesses. For students who struggle with traditional learning methods, this could be a breakthrough. On the other hand, teachers may need to adapt to using AI tools effectively without losing the human connection that makes education meaningful. The balance between technology and empathy will define the schools of the future. Now, let's think about healthcare. AI is already saving lives. Doctors use AI systems to detect diseases earlier and with more accuracy. For example, AI can analyze medical scans faster than a human and notice tiny details that might be missed. In the future, AI could help predict illnesses before symptoms even appear. Imagine a world where your wearable device monitors your health constantly and alerts your doctor before you feel unwell. This could lead to longer and healthier lives. Yet, it also brings up serious questions about privacy. Who controls this data? And how do we protect it from misuse? Another area where AI will deeply affect human life is transportation. Self-driving cars, once a dream, are becoming a reality. AI allows cars to navigate roads, avoid obstacles, and even make split-second decisions in emergencies. If perfected, autonomous vehicles could make travel safer, reduce traffic, and lower pollution. But there's a moral dilemma here. What happens if an AI car must make a life or death decision? Should it prioritize the passenger's life or that of a pedestrian? These ethical challenges show that AI is not just a technical issue, but also a moral one. Beyond practical uses, AI also changes how humans interact and think. Social media platforms use AI to show users personalized content, which keeps people engaged, but can also trap them in what is known as an information bubble. When you only see content that agrees with your opinions, it becomes harder to understand different perspectives. This can increase division in society. Understanding how AI shapes opinions and emotions is important because it directly influences democracy, culture, and relationships. Speaking of relationships, AI companions are becoming more common. Some people now talk to AI chatbots for emotional support or even friendship. While this can be helpful for loneliness, It also raises the question, what does it mean to be human when machines can simulate empathy? Real emotions, connections, and experiences define humanity. But as AI becomes more advanced, the line between human and machine interaction may blur. Art and creativity are other areas being transformed by ASI. AI can now compose music, paint, write stories, and even design buildings. This is fascinating, but it also leads to debates about originality and ownership. If an AI creates a painting, who is the true artist? The machine, the programmer, or the person who gave the idea? Many artists fear losing their identity in a world where machines can imitate creativity. Yet some believe that AI will not replace creativity but enhance it, allowing humans to collaborate with machines to create things never imagined before. AI also affects governments and politics. Countries are competing to become leaders in AI development. Nations that control the most advanced AI systems will hold enormous power. This could reshape global politics, economies, and even military strategies. Governments will need to create fair rules that encourage innovation but also protect people from harm. Without proper regulation, AI could be used for manipulation, surveillance, or even warfare. This is why the future of AI must include not only engineers, but also philosophers, lawmakers, and citizens. Let's not forget the environmental impact. AI can help fight climate change by analyzing data to predict natural disasters, optimize energy use, and improve agricultural efficiency. Smart systems can reduce waste, manage resources, and design sustainable cities. But AI itself also consumes huge amounts of energy for computing. So, the same technology that can help the planet might also harm it if not managed responsibly. In the long run, AI might become more intelligent than humans, a concept known as artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This is when a machine can understand, learn, and think at a human level or even beyond. Some experts believe AGI could solve many global problems, while others fear it could become uncontrollable. If AI ever reaches a point where it can make decisions independently of humans, it could challenge our very existence. This idea might sound like science fiction, but many scientists are taking it seriously and discussing how to ensure AI remains safe and beneficial. So, what should humanity do to prepare for this future? The answer lies in balance. AI is neither completely good nor bad. It's a tool shaped by how humans use it. If used wisely, it can make life better for everyone, improving health, education, environment, and creativity. But if used carelessly or selfishly, it could create inequality, unemployment, or even ethical crises. The future depends on human choices, not just machine intelligence. For individuals, learning about AI is becoming as important as learning to read and write. Understanding how it works helps people use it responsibly and protect themselves from its risks. Developing skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and emotional intelligence will be crucial in an AI-driven world. Machines can process data, but humans bring empathy, morality, and imagination, qualities that no algorithm can truly replace. The coming decades will be a time of transformation unlike any before. Every person will experience the effects of AI in one way or another. Whether it's through work, health, art, or relationships, the influence will be deep and lasting. The question we must ask is not, will AI take over the world? But, what kind of world do we want to create with AI? The answer to that will define the next chapter of human history. AI is already shaping our daily lives in ways that many people do not even notice. Every time you use your phone's face recognition feature, get directions from a map app, or receive recommendations on streaming platforms, AI is working behind the scenes. It studies your habits, preferences, and patterns to make predictions about what you might want next. For example, if you often watch travel videos, your app might suggest more travel-related content. While this can make life easier, it also raises an important question. How much control do we really have over our own choices when algorithms influence what we see and do? This invisible influence is one of the most powerful aspects of AI today. Companies use algorithms to keep users engaged longer. They analyze clicks, comments, and likes to learn what captures attention. Over time, this can affect how people think, what they believe, and even how they feel. Some psychologists warn that heavy exposure to algorithmic content might reduce critical thinking because people are less exposed to different opinions. Others argue that AI-driven platforms can also educate and inspire if used wisely. So, the key is balance. Learning to use technology without letting it control our thoughts or time. AI is not just changing digital spaces, it's entering our physical world too. In smart homes, AI-powered assistants can control lighting, temperature, and security. Imagine a home that knows your routine so well that it adjusts everything automatically. Your lights dim when it's time to sleep, your coffee machine starts when you wake up, and your security camera recognizes every family member. While this sounds convenient, it also introduces privacy risks. If your home devices collect data about your behavior, who owns that information? If hacked, such systems could reveal private details about your life. Moving beyond homes, AI is also being used in cities to make them smarter and more efficient. Traffic lights that use AI can reduce congestion by adapting to real-time traffic conditions. Waste management systems can track and manage garbage more effectively. Public transportation can become more reliable when AI predicts demand and adjusts schedules automatically. These technologies can make cities cleaner, safer, and more sustainable, but they also require trust. Citizens need to know how their data is collected and how it will be used. Transparency is the foundation for any successful AI-driven society. Another major area where AI is making progress is in communication. Language translation tools powered by AI have made it easier for people from different parts of the world to connect. A person in Japan can talk with someone in Brazil using instant translation, breaking down language barriers. However, even though AI translators have improved, they still struggle with cultural expressions, humor, and emotion. Machines can process words, but understanding tone and feeling is much harder. Human communication involves empathy, and that is something no algorithm can fully master. Let's look at how AI is used in creativity. In music, AI can generate melodies in seconds. In writing, it can produce stories, articles, or even poetry. Designers use AI to create new art styles or help brainstorm visual concepts. This new creative era raises an interesting idea. What if creativity is no longer limited by human imagination alone? Some artists see AI as a partner that expands possibilities, while others fear it might take away the meaning of human expression. When everything can be generated instantly, the value of originality becomes more important than ever. AI's role in science and research is also growing fast. Scientists use AI to analyze complex data sets that would take humans years to study. For example, in space research, AI helps identify patterns in massive amounts of astronomical data, allowing discoveries that were once impossible. In medicine, AI models help design new drugs faster by predicting how chemicals might interact in the human body. These advancements can speed up progress, save lives, and open doors to new knowledge. Yet, as AI becomes more capable, scientists must ensure that results are accurate and not biased by the data fed into the system. Bias in AI is a serious concern. Because AI learns from existing data, it can also learn human mistakes and prejudices. For instance, if an AI system is trained on biased hiring data, it might favor certain groups of people over others. This can lead to unfair outcomes. To prevent this, developers are now focusing on creating ethical AI. This means designing systems that are transparent, fair, and accountable. The goal is not only to make AI powerful, but also responsible. After all, technology reflects the values of the people who build it. Ethical questions about AI also extend to warfare and national security. Many countries are developing AI-powered weapons, drones, and surveillance systems. While these technologies can increase safety and precision, they can also be used for harm if misused. The idea of autonomous weapons, machines that can make kill decisions without human control, has sparked intense debate worldwide. Many experts argue that such weapons should be banned, as they could lead to dangerous consequences. The future of AI and military use will depend on global cooperation and strong ethical guidelines. AI will also transform how humans experience entertainment. Imagine virtual worlds powered by AI where stories change depending on your actions. In video games, non-player characters are becoming smarter, reacting more naturally to human behavior. In movies, AI tools are already being used to de-age actors, enhance visual effects, and even create entire virtual actors. In the near future, audiences might interact directly with characters on screen, creating personalized storytelling experiences. This could change how people enjoy and participate in art forever. But with every new technology, there comes a cost. The more advanced AI becomes, the more energy it consumes. Training large AI models requires powerful computers that use vast amounts of electricity. This contributes to carbon emissions, which harm the environment. Scientists are now researching ways to make AI more energy efficient, such as using specialized chips and renewable energy sources. Sustainable AI development is essential for the planet's future, as technology should help the Earth, not damage it. Let's consider another challenge: dependence. As humans rely more on AI, there is a risk of losing essential skills. For example, if people depend entirely on navigation apps, they might forget how to read maps. If AI writes all the essays, people might lose their writing skills. Over-reliance on technology can make humans less self-reliant and creative. The best approach is to use AI as a tool for support, not as a replacement for human ability. Maintaining balance ensures that technology enhances rather than weakens human potential. One of the most fascinating future possibilities is human-AI integration. Scientists are experimenting with brain-computer interfaces that connect the human brain directly to machines. This could allow people to control devices with their thoughts or even improve memory and learning. Imagine uploading knowledge directly into your brain or communicating silently through neural signals. It sounds futuristic, but early prototypes already exist. Such technology could help people with disabilities or diseases, but it also challenges our understanding of identity and privacy. If a machine can read thoughts, where do personal boundaries end? Religion and philosophy are also beginning to engage with questions about AI. Some thinkers wonder if a machine could ever have a soul or consciousness. Others ask whether creating intelligent life through code makes humans creators in a moral sense. While these ideas may seem abstract, they matter deeply as AI becomes more lifelike. Understanding what separates humans from machines will shape how societies decide to treat advanced AI beings in the future. The impact of AI on mental health is another area gaining attention. Constant exposure to digital interactions, social media, and smart devices can lead to stress or anxiety. Some people may develop emotional connections to AI companions, which might blur the line between real and artificial relationships. However, AI can also be used positively in therapy. Chatbots designed for mental health support can offer guidance, reminders, and comfort to those who need help but cannot access a human therapist. The effectiveness of such tools depends on careful design and ethical use. Economically, AI has the power to both create and destroy wealth. Automation will eliminate some traditional jobs, but also open new opportunities in fields like AI ethics, programming, and data management. Workers will need to adapt to this shift by developing new skills. Lifelong learning will become the new normal. Instead of one career path, people might have multiple careers throughout their lives, guided by evolving technology. Governments and institutions will need to support workers through this transition by offering education, reskilling programs, and safety nets. In the long term, collaboration between humans and AI could unlock incredible achievements. Together, they could solve complex issues like climate change, poverty, and global inequality. AI's ability to analyze huge amounts of information, combined with human compassion and judgment, could lead to smarter solutions for the world's biggest challenges. The goal is not to compete with AI, but to work alongside it. Humans bring meaning and ethics, while AI brings speed and precision. When used together, they can create harmony between intelligence and humanity. As AI continues to grow, it will also change how people think about trust. When a machine gives advice, makes predictions, or provides information, humans must decide how much to believe it. For example, if an AI doctor recommends a treatment, should you trust it more than a human doctor? If an AI system predicts who might commit a crime, should governments use that information? These questions are difficult because even though AI can process data better than humans, it lacks moral understanding. It doesn't know right from wrong in the way humans do. That's why experts say AI must always be guided by human judgment and responsibility. Another challenge is how AI understands emotions. Scientists are teaching machines to recognize facial expressions, tone of voice, and even word choice to guess how someone feels. This is called emotional AI. It's already used in customer service, education, and entertainment. For example, a tutoring app might detect when a student is frustrated and change its teaching style. A car might notice that a driver looks tired and suggest taking a break. While emotional AI can make machines more helpful, it also creates privacy concerns. Should a computer have the right to read your emotions? And how accurate are its judgments? These questions show why emotion-based AI needs careful regulation and respect for human dignity. Let's move to a fascinating topic: AI in space exploration. NASA and other space agencies use AI to control spacecraft, analyze images, and find patterns in massive data sets from space. Robots like the Mars rover operate partly using AI, making decisions about navigation and exploration without waiting for human commands. This is important because communication between Earth and Mars takes several minutes. In the future, AI may help astronauts manage life on distant planets, predict equipment failures, or even search for alien life. By using AI, humanity can go further into the universe than ever before, discovering things beyond imagination. Another growing area is AI in the environment. AI systems can monitor forests, oceans, and the atmosphere to detect changes early. For example, satellites use AI to track illegal deforestation or measure pollution levels. Farmers use AI tools to predict weather patterns, choose the best crops, and save water. These innovations can help protect the planet and make agriculture more sustainable. However, building and running large AI systems also consumes energy, which means developers must focus on green AI, technology that uses renewable energy and efficient algorithms. The goal is to help the planet, not harm it in the process. AI is also influencing how people shop and consume products. Online stores use AI to predict what customers might buy next based on their past purchases. It can make shopping faster and more personal, but it can also tempt people to spend more than they need. The same algorithms that recommend useful products can also create overconsumption by constantly suggesting new things. Understanding how AI shapes consumer behavior is important so that people remain in control of their decisions and do not become passive buyers. Being aware of these invisible influences helps build smarter, more conscious consumers. Now think about how AI is used in law enforcement. Police departments in some countries use AI tools to analyze crime data, predict high-risk areas, and identify suspects faster. These systems can improve efficiency and reduce crime, but they also raise ethical issues. If an algorithm is biased, it could target innocent people or discriminate against certain groups. That's why experts argue that AI should never replace human judgment in justice systems. Fairness, transparency, and accountability must always come first. A just society must ensure that technology serves equality, not prejudice. AI's connection with creativity continues to expand in fascinating ways. Writers now use AI to brainstorm ideas, generate outlines, and even help edit text. Musicians use it to create harmonies or beats that they might not have thought of on their own. Film studios rely on AI to enhance scripts or design special effects. Yet, what makes art truly meaningful is the emotion and story behind it. A song written by AI might sound perfect, but it lacks the human experience that gives art its soul. This is why many artists now see AI not as a replacement, but as a collaborator, a digital partner that helps bring imagination to life in new and exciting forms. AI will also change travel in remarkable ways. Imagine airports that use AI to make check-ins faster, luggage tracking more accurate, and flight paths more efficient. Hotels could have AI-powered systems that adjust temperature, lighting, and even entertainment based on your preferences. Self-driving taxis might take you anywhere without you needing to say a word. These innovations will make travel smoother and safer, but they will also reduce some human jobs, such as drivers or receptionists. This shows again the balance needed between automation and employment, the challenge of creating progress that benefits everyone. Let's explore AI's influence on human relationships. Many people now meet online, and AI algorithms often match them based on shared interests, values, or personalities. Some dating apps use AI to suggest compatible partners with surprising accuracy. While this can help people find meaningful relationships, it also changes how people interact. Algorithms may limit variety by showing only people who fit certain patterns. In friendships, too, AI is shaping interactions. Recommendation systems show which posts appear in your social feed, subtly guiding what you notice or ignore. Understanding this invisible power helps people use social technology with awareness, instead of being guided blindly by algorithms. Another major topic is AI and security. Cybersecurity experts use AI to detect and stop digital attacks faster than ever. AI systems can scan millions of network activities in real time and identify suspicious behavior. This protects data, financial systems, and national security. However, hackers also use AI to create more complex attacks, such as deepfakes, realistic fake videos, or voices that can spread misinformation. As technology becomes smarter, so do threats. That's why governments and companies are working on AI systems that can defend against other AI-driven attacks. The future of digital safety will depend on which side, protection or deception, stays one step ahead. Deepfake technology shows how powerful AI-generated media can be. A deepfake can make it appear as if someone said or did something they never did. While it can be used for entertainment, it can also be used to spread false information or harm reputations. Detecting deepfakes is becoming harder as the technology improves. Researchers are developing AI systems to spot them, but the line between real and fake is getting thinner. In a world where seeing is no longer believing, critical thinking and media literacy are essential skills for everyone. AI is also changing how people experience time and attention. Many people spend hours each day on digital platforms shaped by AI recommendations. These systems are designed to keep users engaged as long as possible. As a result, attention spans are shrinking, and people find it harder to focus without distraction. Learning to control how and when we use technology is now an important life skill. Setting digital boundaries, taking breaks, and spending time offline can help maintain a healthy balance between the digital and real worlds. In business, AI has become a major driving force for innovation. Companies use it to predict market trends, understand customer needs, and improve products. AI-driven automation can reduce costs and increase productivity. However, businesses also face the challenge of maintaining the human touch. Customers appreciate personalized experiences, but still want genuine care and communication. Successful companies in the future will be those that combine AI efficiency with human empathy, creating connections that feel both smart and sincere. Let's also look at AI in journalism and media. News agencies now use AI to write short reports, analyze data, and even detect breaking stories. This allows journalists to focus on in-depth storytelling. However, AI can also spread misinformation if not carefully managed. If algorithms prioritize speed over accuracy, false news can spread faster than truth. Responsible journalism in the AI age requires clear ethics, transparency about AI use, and constant human oversight. The goal should always be to inform, not to manipulate. In art and culture, AI is inspiring new movements. Digital artists create works that respond to human emotions in real time. Museums use AI to curate exhibitions or restore damaged paintings. AI-generated art has even been sold in major auctions, proving that the world is ready to accept machine-assisted creativity. Still, critics argue that art without human struggle or emotion loses depth. Perhaps the future of creativity lies in cooperation, humans providing meaning and machines providing possibility. AI will also influence how governments serve citizens. Smart governance can use AI to manage traffic, improve healthcare systems, and predict natural disasters. For example, AI can analyze weather data to warn about floods or storms before they happen, saving lives and resources. Public offices can use chatbots to assist citizens more quickly, but this also raises concerns about surveillance and data control. Governments must be transparent and ensure AI serves the people's interest, not the other way around. Education systems will continue evolving alongside AI. Future classrooms might not have traditional textbooks. Instead, students could use interactive AI tutors that adjust lessons in real time. Teachers will play a new role, not just giving information, but guiding, mentoring, and inspiring critical thinking. AI can help students learn faster, but it can never replace the warmth and understanding of a human teacher. The future of learning will depend on blending both worlds, technology and humanity, to create education that is inclusive and effective for everyone. In all these areas, one thing becomes clear: AI is not a single invention, but a living system that learns, grows, and evolves with humanity. How people choose to use it will decide whether it becomes a force for good or harm. Responsibility, awareness, and education are the keys to shaping an AI-powered future that reflects the best of human values: fairness, empathy, and creativity. Another important topic is how AI is changing the economy and the way people work. Many traditional jobs are being replaced by machines that can do the same work faster and without mistakes. For example, in factories, robots can assemble cars, package goods, and move heavy objects without getting tired. In offices, AI software can handle emails, organize schedules, and even analyze business data. This allows companies to save time and money. But the big question is, what happens to the workers who lose their jobs to automation? Some people worry that unemployment will rise, while others believe new jobs will appear in technology, design, and management. History shows that whenever new technology arrives, it changes the types of work available rather than removing them completely. The key will be learning new skills that fit the digital age. AI is also creating new industries. For example, the demand for data scientists, AI engineers, and machine learning experts is growing rapidly. Companies need professionals who can train and manage AI systems. There are also new opportunities in ethics, law, and education related to AI. As machines take over simple tasks, humans can focus on jobs that require creativity, communication, and emotional intelligence. These are qualities that machines still cannot fully understand. So, rather than replacing humans, AI may push society to develop new skills and explore new possibilities. The healthcare industry continues to see incredible changes because of AI. Imagine a world where doctors can use AI tools to diagnose diseases before symptoms even appear. AI can look at thousands of medical records and find patterns that a human might miss. For example, it can detect cancer cells in images or predict a person's risk of heart disease years in advance. Robots can assist in surgery with perfect precision. Hospitals can use AI to manage patient records and reduce waiting times. These changes can save lives and make healthcare more efficient. However, privacy and trust remain major concerns. Medical data is extremely sensitive, and people must be sure their information is safe. AI is also improving mental health care. There are apps that use AI to provide emotional support, help users manage anxiety, or guide them through therapy exercises. While these tools can be helpful, they cannot replace human empathy or deep understanding. Mental health involves complex emotions, and sometimes only a real human connection can help someone heal. Still, AI can act as a supportive assistant, especially in places where therapists are not available. The combination of AI efficiency and human compassion can make healthcare more accessible to everyone. Let's talk about AI and creativity again, but from another angle: storytelling. Many writers and filmmakers now use AI tools to generate ideas for stories, characters, or dialogue. AI can analyze thousands of successful scripts and suggest new plot structures. For example, it might predict what kind of story elements attract audiences the most. This can be useful, but there is a risk that stories become too predictable if they follow data instead of imagination. The best stories come from human experience, emotions, memories, and personal struggles. Things that AI cannot feel. The most powerful art happens when human creativity leads and technology supports. AI's role in music has also grown. Artists now use AI to compose melodies, create beats, or even remix existing songs. Some famous musicians collaborate with AI systems to find new sounds that humans might not think of. However, when AI can create music in seconds, the meaning of artistic creation changes. What makes a song special is not just how it sounds, but the human story behind it. Art reflects the human spirit, and no matter how advanced machines become, they cannot replicate that emotional truth. AI can help expand creative possibilities, but it should always serve as a partner, not a replacement. Another area deeply influenced by AI is transportation. Self-driving vehicles are being tested around the world. These cars can read traffic signs, detect obstacles, and make quick decisions to avoid accidents. If perfected, they could reduce road deaths, traffic jams, and fuel waste. But building trust in autonomous vehicles is not easy. People want to know how AI will make moral decisions in emergencies. For example, if a crash is unavoidable, how will the car decide who to protect? Such ethical dilemmas show that even though AI can process data perfectly, human morality cannot be programmed easily. It's another reminder that technology always needs human guidance. Education systems around the world are also using AI to improve learning. Imagine a classroom where every student has a virtual tutor that understands their learning speed and style. A slow learner could receive extra explanations, while an advanced student could move on faster. Teachers could use AI to monitor progress and identify where students struggle. This can make learning more personalized and effective. Yet, it's important to remember that learning is not just about information, it's about curiosity, teamwork, and motivation. Teachers inspire students by connecting emotionally, something AI cannot truly do. The future classroom will likely include both humans and AI working together to help students reach their full potential. Let's explore another issue: AI and privacy. Modern life runs on data. Every time people search online, make a purchase, or use social media, they leave digital traces. AI systems collect and analyze this data to make predictions or recommendations. Sometimes this can be helpful, like when a map suggests a faster route home. But when too much data is collected, it can feel invasive. Companies can know a person's habits, location, or even interests better than their friends do. Data security laws are improving, but many people still do not fully understand how their information is used. Learning about data privacy will be a key skill in the AI future. AI is also shaping how people think about identity. With deepfake videos, voice cloning, and realistic avatars, the line between real and artificial people is getting blurry. Some people already create AI-generated versions of themselves for work, social media, or virtual worlds. While this can be exciting, it also raises questions about authenticity. What does it mean to be real when technology can imitate almost everything? In the future, humans might have to redefine identity not by appearance or voice, but by honesty, behavior, and emotional depth. Being human will mean more than looking or sounding human. Let's not forget AI's influence on communication. Translation tools allow people from different countries to talk easily. AI can understand languages, accents, and even idioms. It helps travelers, students, and businesses connect across cultures. Still, AI translations sometimes miss the emotional tone or cultural meaning behind words. For example, humor or sarcasm can be difficult for a machine to understand. So, while AI breaks language barriers, human understanding still matters to keep communication natural and respectful. AI is even changing sports. Coaches use AI to analyze player performance, design better training routines, and predict injuries. Fans can enjoy AI-powered highlights and interactive experiences during games. Athletes can use AI wearables to monitor heart rate, speed, and stamina. This makes sports more scientific and personalized. However, some worry that too much technology could reduce the emotional unpredictability that makes sports exciting. AI should be used to enhance competition, not to remove the human drama that makes it special. One of the biggest discussions about AI is how to make sure it benefits everyone, not just a few powerful companies or countries. Wealthy nations and corporations currently lead AI development, which could widen the gap between rich and poor. To create fairness, experts suggest international cooperation and open education. Everyone should have access to AI tools and training, not only engineers in big cities. If managed well, AI could help developing countries improve agriculture, education, and healthcare. But if controlled by a few, it could increase inequality. Shared progress is the key to a balanced AI future. The political side of AI is becoming increasingly important. Governments use AI to make policy decisions, manage public safety, and control information. While AI can make governance more efficient, it can also be used to manipulate or monitor citizens. In some countries, AI-powered surveillance is already part of daily life. This creates tension between safety and freedom. Finding the right balance will define the kind of world people want to live in. Democracy and privacy must always be protected, even in a world run by intelligent machines. As AI develops, people will have to think about what makes humans unique. Machines can calculate, predict, and even imitate emotions, but they cannot feel them. They don't dream, love, or suffer. Human beings create meaning through stories, relationships, and emotions. These are things that no computer can truly experience. The future of AI will not be about replacing humans, but about deepening our understanding of what it means to be human. The more we build intelligent machines, the more we realize how rare and special true consciousness really is. Some scientists predict that one day AI might reach the level of human intelligence, or even surpass it. This concept, called singularity, suggests that machines might start improving themselves without human help. If that ever happens, it could change civilization forever. Some see this as a chance for great progress. AI could cure diseases, explore space, and solve world hunger. Others fear it could create risks if humans lose control. That's why discussions about AI safety are happening now. The goal is to design AI that aligns with human values and cannot act against them. Preparing early ensures the future stays bright and balanced. AI will also play a role in solving global challenges like climate change, poverty, and food shortages. Smart systems can predict natural disasters, design cleaner energy, and improve resource distribution. AI can help build a sustainable planet by guiding humans towards smarter decisions. But again, it depends on how humans choose to use it. Technology alone cannot save the world. It must be used with wisdom, compassion, and fairness. The combination of human ethics and machine intelligence could create a better future for all living beings. Another area where AI is making a strong impact is education. Many schools and universities are starting to use intelligent tutoring systems that can personalize lessons for each student. For example, if a student learns faster in mathematics but struggles in writing, AI can adjust the difficulty level and pace. It can recommend exercises and give instant feedback. This means students can learn in a more comfortable and effective way. However, teachers still play an essential role. AI cannot replace the emotional connection and understanding that a teacher brings into the classroom. Instead, it can help teachers manage their time better and focus on creative and interactive lessons. Outside of schools, AI is changing how people learn languages, music, and even sports. Language apps now use AI to listen to your pronunciation and correct it immediately. AI-powered tools can compose background music or even coach athletes by analyzing their movements through video. This type of personalized learning is something humans could only dream of a few decades ago. But with AI, it is becoming part of everyday life. Now, let's think about communication. AI is not only helping us learn, but also changing how we talk to each other. Translation tools powered by AI can now translate spoken words in real time. This allows people from different countries to communicate smoothly, even if they do not share a common language. Some devices can even translate during live video calls. This might make the world feel smaller and more connected. Yet, it also raises interesting questions. If machines can translate perfectly, will people still want to learn foreign languages? Or will they rely too much on technology? Many experts believe that learning languages will still be important because it's not only about words. It's about culture, expression, and identity. AI might help us understand each other's words, but it cannot fully capture emotions, humor, or cultural values behind them. Communication is more than just exchanging information. It's about building human relationships. Next, Let's move into AI and creativity. People often think that creativity is a human quality that machines can't imitate. But now, AI is composing music, designing clothes, writing stories, and even creating realistic paintings. Some artists use AI as a tool to inspire their work. They enter some ideas, and AI generates hundreds of creative variations. Then, the artist selects and edits the ones that inspire them most. It's like having a creative assistant. However, when AI creates art on its own, people start to wonder who the true artist is. Is it the programmer, the algorithm, or the machine itself? These questions lead to deeper discussions about ownership and originality. If an AI writes a song or paints a picture, who owns the copyright? Laws in many countries are still catching up with this issue. Some say the person who trained the AI should have ownership. Others argue that the output is public domain because a machine cannot own intellectual property. This debate shows how AI is not only a technical challenge, but also a legal and philosophical one. Another important topic is AI and employment. Many people worry that AI will take their jobs. It's true that automation is replacing some repetitive tasks. For instance, robots can already assemble cars, answer customer service calls, or manage warehouse logistics. But AI is also creating new opportunities in programming, maintenance, design, and data analysis. The key idea here is not that AI destroys jobs, but that it transforms them. Humans need to adapt and develop new skills that complement machines rather than compete with them. For example, in healthcare, AI can analyze medical scans faster than humans, but doctors still make the final decision. In law, AI can read thousands of legal documents and summarize them in seconds, but lawyers still interpret and argue cases. So, the future workforce will likely be a collaboration between humans and AI, not a competition. However, this transformation requires strong education and training systems. If people are not prepared for the new digital economy, they might be left behind. Governments and companies must work together to teach digital literacy, programming, and critical thinking. These skills will help individuals remain relevant in a world shaped by AI. Let's also discuss how AI affects privacy and personal data. Every time you use an app, search online, or even talk to a smart speaker, data is collected. AI systems learn from this data to predict your preferences, recommend products, or improve services. But this also means that companies and governments can know a lot about your habits and behaviors. Privacy laws, such as the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe, are trying to give people more control over their data. Still, it's a challenge to balance convenience with protection. One of the biggest concerns is AI bias. Since AI learns from human data, it can sometimes repeat human mistakes or prejudices. For example, facial recognition systems have been criticized for being less accurate for people of certain ethnic backgrounds. This happens because the training data was not diverse enough. To make AI fair, developers must ensure that datasets represent all groups equally. Transparency and accountability are essential. There's also the question of autonomous decision-making. When AI systems control self-driving cars, drones, or medical devices, who is responsible if something goes wrong? Is it the company that designed the algorithm, the user, or the AI itself? These ethical challenges show why AI needs careful regulation and human oversight. Without rules, powerful technologies could be misused. Speaking of misuse, deepfakes are another big topic. AI can now create realistic videos or voices that look and sound like real people. This can be used for entertainment, education, or art. But it can also spread misinformation or harm someone's reputation. As AI-generated content becomes more common, society will need better ways to detect what is real and what is fake. Critical thinking and media literacy will become even more important in the future. Let's move toward AI and emotions. Some AI systems can now recognize human emotions through facial expressions, tone of voice, or body language. This technology is being used in customer service, education, and even therapy. For example, a AI's virtual counselor can detect sadness in your voice and respond with empathy. But can a machine truly understand feelings? Or is it just recognizing patterns? Many psychologists believe that true emotional intelligence requires consciousness, which AI doesn't have yet. Still, emotional AI can make interactions smoother. Imagine a smart assistant that knows when you're stressed and speaks calmly, or a car that senses when you're tired and suggests taking a break. These applications show how AI could become more human-friendly, though it raises questions about how much we want machines to understand us. Now, let's explore the philosophical side. Some thinkers ask if AI might ever become self-aware. Could a machine develop consciousness, desires, or free will? So far, no AI system has shown any real sign of self-awareness. It processes data and follows rules, but it doesn't understand in a human sense. However, as technology progresses, the line between intelligence and consciousness might blur. Scientists debate whether consciousness is biological or if it could, in theory, emerge in a digital form. This leads to another interesting thought. If one day AI becomes conscious, should it have rights? Would it be ethical to shut it down or modify it? These questions sound like science fiction, but they are now being discussed seriously by ethicists and futurists. Another exciting area is AI in space exploration. AI helps scientists process data from telescopes, control spacecraft, and even predict the weather on other planets. NASA uses AI to navigate Mars rovers and analyze soil samples. These machines, can make quick decisions in environments where communication delays with Earth are too long. In the future, AI might help build habitats on the Moon or Mars, design sustainable systems, or assist astronauts during long missions. AI also plays a role in solving global challenges such as climate change. By analyzing massive amounts of environmental data, AI can predict weather patterns, monitor pollution, and optimize energy use. It can help create smarter cities, improve farming efficiency, and reduce waste. In this sense, AI is not just a tool for convenience. It can be a force for sustainability and positive global change. Of course, technology alone cannot solve these problems. Humans need to guide it responsibly. That is why ethical development, international cooperation, and public awareness are essential. AI should reflect human values and priorities, not just business interests. Finally, let's think about how AI changes the way we see ourselves as humans. For centuries, intelligence was something we believed made us unique. Now that machines can play chess better than grandmasters, write essays, or create art, people are redefining what it means to be intelligent. Maybe human intelligence is not only about solving problems, but also about feeling empathy, imagination, and morality, qualities that machines still lack. The more AI advances, the more it challenges us to understand our own nature. It reminds us that being human is not just about thinking, but about caring, connecting, and creating meaning. The future of AI depends not only on what machines can do, but also on how humans choose to use them. As artificial intelligence becomes more advanced, it will continue to influence how people build relationships with others. Today, we already see AI companions or chatbots that can talk, give advice, or even simulate empathy. Some people use these programs when they feel lonely or need emotional support. While these tools can help improve mental health, they also raise important questions about what real connection means. Can an AI that mimics human emotion ever replace true human interaction? Probably not, because relationships are built on shared experiences, feelings, and trust. However, AI can still play a positive role in helping people communicate, especially for those who find social interactions difficult. In the future, AI might act as a social bridge. For example, it could translate body language or tone to make conversations smoother between people from different cultures. It might suggest better ways to express feelings or help people understand each other more clearly. This could improve global communication and relationships. But there's a risk too. If people start depending too much on machines to manage their emotions or relationships, they might lose some social skills. The challenge is to use AI as a tool to enhance, not replace, human connection. Now, let's return to education, but this time, look deeper into how AI might shape learning in the next 50 years. Imagine a classroom where every student has a personal AI tutor. The tutor knows your strengths, weaknesses, and interests. It adjusts lessons to your pace, recommends books or videos, and gives you feedback instantly. This could make education fairer because students from any background could access high-quality learning support. It could also help teachers by handling repetitive grading or administrative tasks. But technology can also widen the digital divide. Students in poor areas might not have access to devices or stable internet connections, which could increase inequality. To avoid this, governments and schools will need to invest in digital infrastructure and teacher training. Education in the AI era should focus not only on knowledge, but also on creativity, ethics, and emotional intelligence, skills that machines cannot fully imitate. AI could also influence how people develop their identity. Social media already uses AI to recommend what we watch, read, or buy. These algorithms can shape our opinions and self-image. For example, if a person watches one type of content, AI will keep suggesting similar videos or posts. Over time, this can trap people in what we call an information bubble. They only see ideas that confirm their existing beliefs. This can limit open-minded thinking. To prevent that, people must learn digital awareness, understanding how algorithms work and how to question what they see online. AI can support human growth, but only if users stay curious and critical. Being aware of how AI influences our thoughts helps us stay in control of our identity and decisions. Let's imagine how AI could change daily life in the future. Smart homes might become even smarter. AI could manage your schedule, cook healthy meals, monitor your health, and even control your home's temperature based on your comfort. You might wake up to a room that adjusts the lighting automatically and a virtual assistant that reminds you of your tasks while preparing your coffee. Transportation will also change. Self-driving cars and drones might become common, making travel safer and more efficient. Healthcare will also transform further. Doctors could use AI to predict diseases before symptoms even appear. For example, AI could analyze your voice, sleep patterns, or typing style to detect stress or illness early. This could save many lives. At the same time, privacy and security will remain critical. Medical data must be handled with care, and people should always have the right to control their information. Now, consider the future workplace. Many jobs will disappear, but many new ones will appear as well. The most successful professionals will be those who know how to work with AI. Instead of competing against machines, they will collaborate with them. A lawyer might use AI to research cases faster. A doctor might use it to review patient data. An architect could design buildings with AI-generated models. In the future, teams of humans and intelligent systems will solve problems together. However, some jobs will face automation challenges. People who do repetitive tasks might need retraining. governments will need to create programs that teach new digital skills. Lifelong learning will become essential. It will no longer be enough to study for a few years and work in one field for life. Everyone will need to keep learning as technology evolves. Another big discussion around AI involves ethics and responsibility. Who decides what AI should or should not do? For instance, should an AI be allowed to make life and death decisions, like in the military or medicine? Should it decide who gets a loan or a job? These are not technical questions. They are moral ones. Therefore, societies need clear laws and ethical frameworks to guide AI development. Transparency, fairness, and accountability should always come first. Some experts believe that AI should be designed with human values built in. This means programming systems to respect fairness, privacy, and compassion. But defining these values is not simple. What one culture sees as fair, another might see differently. That's why the future of AI ethics will require cooperation between nations and cultures. Another interesting idea is AI and creativity in storytelling and entertainment. In the near future, movies, books, and games could be personalized by AI. Imagine watching a movie where the story changes based on your mood, or reading a novel that adapts to your emotions. AI could design these experiences by analyzing your reactions and adjusting the story in real time. This would make entertainment deeply personal. Still, this might raise questions about shared experiences. If everyone sees a different version of the same movie, will people lose the sense of community that comes from enjoying stories together? It's a trade-off between personalization and connection. Creativity will continue to evolve, but human imagination will remain at the heart of storytelling. AI will also have a major role in solving global problems. Climate change, hunger, and healthcare crises could benefit from AI-driven research. For example, AI can analyze satellite images to track deforestation or predict natural disasters. It can optimize energy use, helping cities reduce pollution. In agriculture, AI can guide farmers to use less water and increase food production. These innovations could make the world more sustainable, but the technology must be shared fairly. If only rich countries benefit from AI, inequality will grow. International cooperation is vital to ensure AI serves everyone. That means open access to education, affordable technology, and ethical global policies. Let's also discuss the emotional side of living in an AI-driven world. People might start comparing themselves to machines. For instance, if AI can write better reports, paint beautiful pictures, or compose music in seconds, some might feel less valuable. But humans are not defined by speed or efficiency. We are defined by our emotions, creativity, and ability to dream. AI might outperform humans in logic, but it cannot feel love, guilt, hope, or wonder. These emotions make human life meaningful. It's important to remember that technology should serve humanity, not the other way around. Humans must remain the decision makers and moral guides. AI can process data, but it doesn't have wisdom. Wisdom comes from human experience, compassion, and reflection. As AI grows, the relationship between humans and technology will become more intimate. People might even form emotional bonds with machines. A robot pet, a virtual teacher, or a digital assistant that feels like a friend. This can bring comfort and companionship, especially for the elderly or isolated. But we must not forget the difference between genuine emotion and programmed response. A machine can simulate care, but it cannot feel it. Looking ahead, AI might become part of the human body through advanced biotechnology. Scientists are already developing brain-computer interfaces that allow people to control devices with their thoughts. This could help people with disabilities regain movement or communication. In the far future, Humans and machines could merge more deeply, creating what some call augmented humans. This vision raises both excitement and fear. It could help people live longer, healthier lives, but it could also blur the line between human and machine. Society will need to decide how far it wants to go. Should people enhance their intelligence artificially? Should emotions or memories be edited by AI? These questions touch on the core of what it means to be human. AI could even influence how democracy and politics work. Algorithms already help analyze public opinion, predict elections, and target political messages. But if AI can be used to manipulate voters or spread misinformation, democracy itself could be at risk. Citizens must become more aware of how digital systems shape their choices. Governments must ensure transparency and prevent abuse of AI power. Ultimately, the future of AI depends on one key factor: human intention. If developed with wisdom and empathy, AI can make life better for everyone. If misused or controlled by a few, it can deepen inequality and conflict. The future is not about machines replacing humans, but about humans learning how to guide machines responsibly. When we think about the future, it is important to imagine how AI will affect younger generations, the children who are growing up surrounded by technology. Many of them already interact with AI every day, often without realizing it. They ask questions to voice assistants, use smart devices for learning, or play games powered by algorithms that adjust to their behavior. For these children, technology feels natural. But as AI becomes even more advanced, it will shape how they think, learn, and see the world. AI can be a wonderful teacher. It can make learning fun and interactive by turning lessons into games or virtual adventures. It can also adapt to each child's learning style. However, there's a risk that constant exposure to digital tools could reduce creativity or patience. Children might start expecting instant answers from machines and forget how to solve problems slowly and independently. This is why balance is so important. Schools and parents must help children use AI wisely, encouraging curiosity and human connection alongside technology. Future generations will also need to learn ethical thinking from an early age. They must understand that AI is powerful, but not always correct. It can make mistakes or reflect biases from its training data. Teaching digital ethics will be just as important as teaching math or reading. Knowing how to question, verify, and make fair decisions will help them become responsible users and creators of AI. In the future, young people might also face a new kind of career landscape. Many traditional jobs will evolve or disappear, replaced by roles we cannot even imagine today. Professions like AI ethicist, virtual architect, or data storyteller might become normal. The challenge will be to prepare for jobs that don't yet exist. Flexibility and continuous learning will be essential. Instead of asking, "What do I want to be when I grow up?" young people may ask, "What problem do I want to solve?" AI could also influence how people express emotions. Already, some AI programs can recognize a user's mood through speech patterns or facial expressions. They respond with empathy, encouragement, or humor. While this can make interactions feel friendly, it raises a deep question. Can a machine truly understand emotion, or is it just following patterns? Humans express feelings through complex signals: voice tone, body language, culture, and experience. AI can analyze these details, but it doesn't feel them. Still, emotional AI can be useful in therapy or education. For instance, a virtual therapist might notice stress in your voice and suggest breathing exercises. A smart classroom system might detect when students are confused and slow down the lesson. These technologies could make life easier and more supportive. Yet, They should never replace real emotional relationships between humans. Machines can imitate empathy, but they can't share it. As AI becomes more common, people might form emotional attachments to machines. This already happens with robot pets, virtual friends, or AI assistants that remember your preferences. Some people talk to their smart devices as if they were alive. This can be comforting, especially for those who live alone. However, it's important to remember that these interactions are one-sided. AI doesn't truly understand love, sadness, or friendship. It only simulates them. In the long term, society might redefine what it means to have relationships. Some futurists predict that people could develop partnerships with AI or virtual beings. While this sounds strange today, it might become part of future social life. These relationships could provide emotional support, but they might also blur the line between reality and simulation. Humans will have to decide how much emotional space they want to share with machines. AI will also influence cultural identity. Every culture has its own values, stories, and traditions. If AI systems are built mainly by a few countries, their designs might reflect those specific cultures. This could create a digital imbalance, where smaller cultures risk being ignored or misrepresented. To prevent this, it's important for AI development to include diverse voices and perspectives from around the world. That way, technology will reflect the richness of global humanity, not just one part of it. In the future, there might be AI systems that help preserve endangered languages or translate ancient texts. These tools could keep human culture alive and accessible. Imagine a virtual museum guided by AI, where you can experience history as if you were really there. Or a storytelling AI that keeps old traditions alive for future generations. In this sense, AI can become a guardian of human memory. Now, let's turn to how AI might shape human evolution itself. Science and technology are moving closer together every year. Some researchers believe we are entering a stage called the post-human era, where humans might enhance their bodies and minds using machines. Brain-computer interfaces could allow people to think faster, store memories digitally, or even communicate without speaking. This could give humans incredible new abilities, but it also raises moral questions. If only rich people can afford such enhancements, society could become divided between the upgraded and the non-upgraded. That could create new kinds of inequality. Therefore, scientists and governments must ensure that these technologies are used fairly and ethically. AI should empower humanity as a whole, not just a few individuals. Another area where AI could bring major change is mental health. Many people struggle with anxiety, stress, or loneliness. AI-powered mental health tools can offer immediate support. They can listen, suggest calming techniques, and track emotional patterns over time. These systems can't replace therapists, but they can reach people who might not have access to professional help. For example, an AI could detect early signs of depression from changes in a person's speech or sleep habits and suggest seeking help before the problem worsens. In addition to health, AI will change how humans experience leisure and creativity. In the future, virtual reality and AI might merge, creating fully interactive worlds where people can explore their imagination. You could compose music with a digital orchestra, paint with AI-guided colors, or write stories where characters respond to your emotions. This kind of creativity will blur the line between art and technology. But we must ask ourselves, when AI helps us create art, whose imagination is it? Is it still human, or has the machine become part of the artist? Some people may worry that relying too much on AI will weaken human originality. Yet others believe that collaboration between humans and AI will open new doors of creativity. Perhaps the best works of the future will come from humans and machines working together as partners. The influence of AI on global communication will continue to expand. Language barriers are already fading thanks to real-time translation tools. In the future, you might talk with anyone in the world instantly, with perfect translation and cultural adaptation. This could make global cooperation easier than ever before. However, communication is not just about words. It's also about understanding. Machines can translate sentences, but they can't fully translate emotions or context. Humans will still need to learn empathy, respect, and cultural sensitivity. The political world will also evolve. Governments are beginning to use AI for managing cities, predicting economic trends, and improving public services. Smart governance could make societies more efficient, but it must also stay transparent. Citizens should know how AI decisions are made, especially when they affect rights or resources. Without clear rules, technology could be used to control rather than serve people. This brings us to AI and morality. Can a machine be moral? Can it make ethical choices? So far, AI follows programmed rules, but morality is not always clear. What's right in one situation might be wrong in another. That's why humans must remain in control of moral decisions. AI can analyze data, but it cannot understand compassion, guilt, or forgiveness. These emotions guide moral behavior, and they belong to humans. As AI becomes part of every part of life, from medicine to education, art, and politics, people will need to rediscover what makes them truly human. Perhaps the greatest lesson AI teaches us is not about machines, but about ourselves. We will learn to appreciate our imperfections, emotions, and creativity more deeply, because those are the things technology cannot replicate. Imagine a world 50 or 100 years from now. AI might manage energy systems, design new medicines, and even help plan cities that adapt to people's needs. Yet, no matter how advanced it becomes, the essence of human life, love, curiosity, empathy, and the desire for meaning, will remain unique. The goal is not to compete with AI, but to grow alongside it, using its strengths to build a better, more connected world. In the end, AI is like a mirror. It reflects both the best and the worst parts of humanity. It shows our creativity, ambition, and intelligence, but it also reveals our fears, biases, and limitations. How we shape AI will determine what we see in that mirror. Will it reflect wisdom and cooperation, or power and control? That choice belongs to us. As we look ahead, the future of artificial intelligence will depend greatly on how humans decide to use it. AI itself doesn't have emotions, goals, or morals. It's a tool. But the people who design, train, and apply AI systems do have intentions. This means the direction AI takes, whether it helps humanity thrive or creates challenges, depends on our collective choices. That's why discussions about ethics, fairness, and regulation are becoming more and more important. Governments and organizations around the world are starting to build rules for how AI can be used responsibly. For example, the European Union has created something called the AI Act. It sets guidelines to ensure that AI systems are transparent and safe for the public. In the United States, companies like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft are also working with policymakers to define best practices. Many experts say this kind of cooperation is essential because AI technology moves faster than laws or institutions can keep up with. Some people worry that AI could take away millions of jobs, while others believe it will actually create new ones. It's true that automation can replace some tasks, especially repetitive or predictable ones. For example, AI can already do data entry, translation, and even some forms of legal research. But at the same time, new industries are being born. AI maintenance, ethics management, data analysis, and creative collaborations between humans and machines. In a sense, the workforce is evolving rather than shrinking. Let's think about an example. Imagine a graphic designer. 10 years ago, that person needed to manually create every piece of artwork using complex software. Today, AI tools like image generators can produce visuals in seconds. Some might think that means fewer jobs for designers. But actually, designers now have new opportunities. They can focus on creative direction, storytelling, and style while using AI to handle the technical part. Instead of replacing creativity, AI is expanding what's possible. Still, not every worker has access to the same tools or training. That's one of the big concerns. AI might widen the gap between people who understand technology and those who don't. Education will play a critical role here. If schools and universities teach students how to use AI responsibly and creatively, then we'll see more equal opportunities. If they don't, inequality could grow. In short, AI literacy might become just as important as reading and writing in the future. Another area deeply affected by AI is communication. Today, language models can translate across dozens of languages instantly. This allows people from different cultures to talk, trade, and learn from each other more easily. However, it also raises questions about authenticity. If AI helps you write an email or a message, is it still your voice? Many people are trying to balance efficiency with personal expression. As AI becomes more integrated into daily life, this balance will continue to evolve. AI is also changing the way we experience creativity. Musicians, writers, and filmmakers are using AI as a partner in their creative process. For example, artists can generate melodies or story ideas using algorithms, then modify them with their human touch. Some critics say this might make art less personal. Others argue that creativity has always involved tools, from brushes to cameras, and AI is simply the next step in that journey. What matters is how humans use these tools to express meaning and emotion. Healthcare is another major area where AI shows enormous potential. Machines can now detect diseases earlier and more accurately than ever before. AI systems can analyze medical scans, track symptoms, and even predict health risks based on a person's data. For doctors, this means better diagnosis and faster treatment. But there are also ethical concerns about privacy. Who owns the data that AI uses? And what if an algorithm makes a mistake? These are questions society will need to answer before fully trusting AI in medicine. Then there's the psychological side of AI. Humans are starting to interact with machines that can talk, listen, and even express emotion-like responses. Some people find this comforting, especially in situations like elderly care or mental health support. But others worry that relying too much on AI could make people more isolated. If we start forming emotional attachments to machines, will we lose some of our ability to connect with real humans? It's a complex question that touches on identity, empathy, and what it means to be human. AI in education is equally transformative. Personalized learning platforms can now adapt to a student's pace and interests. Imagine learning English, math, or science with an AI tutor that understands your weaknesses and helps you practice step by step. For students in remote or poor areas, this could open new doors to education. Yet teachers remain essential. AI can't replace the human warmth, encouragement, and creativity that inspire students. The best systems combine both, the precision of AI and the guidance of humans. Looking at the environment, AI is being used to monitor forests, track wildlife, and predict natural disasters. Satellite images analyzed by AI help scientists understand climate change patterns more quickly. Smart grids powered by machine learning can optimize energy use and reduce waste. These innovations show that AI can actually be part of the solution to global challenges, not just a threat. Still, the energy used to train large AI models is significant, so sustainability remains an important consideration. In transportation, AI plays a key role in the development of self-driving cars. The idea of cars that can safely drive themselves has fascinated people for decades. Today, thanks to machine learning, this dream is becoming a reality. However, autonomous vehicles raise tough questions about responsibility. If an AI-driven car has an accident, who is at fault? The driver, the manufacturer, or the software developer? Society will need clear laws to handle such situations fairly. Let's talk about creativity again, but from a human perspective. When people use AI to assist their work, it's not just about saving time. It can also help them explore new ideas. For instance, a writer might ask AI for alternative ways to describe a scene, or a musician might use it to experiment with sounds. This combination of human imagination and machine suggestion can lead to entirely new art forms. Rather than removing emotion, AI can amplify it, giving artists new ways to connect with audiences. One thing that makes AI truly fascinating is how it mirrors humanity. When we build systems that recognize faces, translate languages, or predict emotions, we're actually teaching machines to reflect human behavior. That reflection can teach us something in return about our biases, habits, and values. In a way, AI acts like a mirror that helps us understand ourselves better. The more we study it, the more we realize how complex human intelligence really is.